a lady anti-hero and a lady villain? What is the world coming to?
It's not like Batman has that many female characters. Why do you care when one gets the spotlight?
Because I'm not involved. It's like you don't even know me, Crane. I'll tell you one thing. If Harley ever tries to have an episode without me, she'll live to regret it.
What was that, Puddin'?
Nothing, Sweetums.
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time, we covered Heart of Ice, which gave a tragic backstory to the character of Mr. Freeze. This time, we are recapping the first of another two-part episode that introduces Catwoman to the show. Season 1, Episode 15 of Batman the Animated Series, The Cat and the Claw. We open on a useless Gotham police blimp not seeing Catwoman scale the side of a building. I guess, in their defense, she is dressed to match the brick. Anyway, she cuts a hole in a glass window and sends her cat Isis in to steal an expensive-looking necklace.
So the cat burglar was a literal cat?
Pretty smart, actually. After all, you can't arrest a house cat for grand theft.
So you're saying that Catwoman is uncatchable?
Wow.
What?
It just seems out of character for you. I would have expected it from him.
I'm a little busy at the moment. Harley, put the mallet down. You're being irrational.
I just want to have a chat between you, me, and Mr. Smashy here. That sounds pretty rational to me.
She's got that homicidal look in her eye. I love it. But I do have to run.
Young... whatever they have. Anyway, Isis develops superpowers that allow her to see invisible lasers and steals the necklace. No problem.
What do you mean, developed superpowers?
Cats can't see invisible lasers, okay? I know, I checked. Now, look, I'm not saying that she couldn't sense them and avoid them. Cats do have some other tremendous senses, but...
I'm sorry, did you just fact-check a kid's cartoon based on a superhero comic book?
Well, Shut up!
Touchy.
Anyway, as Selina's making her getaway, we see that Batman just watched the entire crime happen instead of intervening as soon as the window was cut open. He then says,
"Our new cat burglar's a woman."
Oh, please do not let this turn into the pervy shenanigans of Batman Forever. Batman confronts Catwoman on a nearby roof. While immediately smitten with the Dark Knight, it doesn't stop Catwoman from going all extreme sports and jumping off the rooftop.
She must have a high pain tolerance.
Why do you say that?
Do you know how deep into her flesh those cat claws would have to be to cling to her at that velocity?
Good point. Selina's pretty proud of her escape until she discovers that Batman is right there with her in what is the most Batman he's ever been on the show.
So long, Dark Knight.
Drop in anytime.
The two have a rooftop chase that ends in an alleyway where, based on Batman's reaction, Catwoman ruins his best cape.
Hey!
Catwoman then knocks over a tower of full trash cans onto Batman to make her escape, but who is stacking full trash cans like that? That trash can triangle is 7 cans high. It's twice as tall as Batman. It would take a crane to stack those cans like that. Sorry, not you, Crane. Like a mechanical crane. Whatever.
You're doing it again.
I can't help it if it makes no sense. Look, I'm willing to go along with Batman defying physics and appearing out of nowhere like a phantom on a rooftop, but this stacking nonsense is where I draw the line.
Look, I'm not taking on any new clients right now, but you and I should talk. Professionally.
Hey, I don't have a problem, okay?
Of course you don't.
I don't have time for this. Catwoman escapes to another rooftop, but Isis is almost run over by a truck. Batman saves the cat, only for it to get away from him and join Selina on the rooftop. And even though Batman has his magic grappling gun and could easily get up to that roof, he just lets Catwoman get away.
Ha! Classic Bats! Sometimes super efficient, and others it's like he's fighting crime for the first time. Personally, I think he enjoys the sport of it all, so he lets us go.
Oh, you're back! And in one piece.
Yes. I gave little Miss Psycho the slip.
Here, Puddin'.
I was wrong.
We cut to a charity event where Gotham's most eligible bachelors are auctioning themselves off on dates to raise money to save some endangered animals. And let me tell you, the ladies of Gotham are thirsty for the tall drink of water that is Bruce Wayne.
Oh, Bruce, I'm so happy to see you. Where have you been? Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh.
Can you blame them? Look at that jawline.
It would seem that the rich ladies of Gotham either aren't as interested in Bruce as they appear, or they're just extremely frugal, because the top bid is only $1,000 until Selina shows up and shuts it all down with a bid of $10,000. Bruce tells Selina that he's flattered, and she lets him know that it was purely for the animals. She then tells him he's off the hook for their date, leading to this awkward moment.
But you're not.
I beg your pardon.
Let's keep those grabbers to ourselves, huh, Bruce? Bruce, while blushing, tells Selina that she paid for a date and he is honor-bound to deliver. You know, like a noble gigolo. Selina agrees to a lunch date before they both hear gunfire outside, causing Bruce to vanish. We cut to the police pursuing a truck full of stolen U.S. military Tommy guns?
Oh, yeah. The Thompson submachine gun was used heavily by the U.S. military and the Allied troops in World War II. In fact, it was designed for use in trench warfare during World War I, but wasn't finished until after the war ended.
The things you know sometimes scare me.
Yes, my mind is a cave of wonders.
It's certainly hollow.
What was that?
Nothing?
Batman jumps on the truck and tries to grab the driver, who for some reason is animated on the wrong side of the car. Either that or it's like a reverse TARDIS situation and the exterior is way bigger than the interior. Batman thwarts the theft by crashing the truck, although the driver does get away. Gordon shows up and gives some exposition outside the Yoppie food store about a terrorist group and their leader Red Claw, who is rumored to be ruthless.
Yoppie food. What an interesting choice for a store name.
Why is that?
Well, Yoppies is slang for the parents of hipsters and musicians. It also happens to be the name of a brand of menstrual health products in the United Kingdom.
Gross! Hipsters and musicians? Ugh! Moving on. Batman tells Gordon he'll look into Red Claw before we cut to the next day at Selina's penthouse, where we learn that, despite appearances, she is a crazy cat lady. Selina gushes to her assistant Maven about how dreamy Batman was. Bruce arrives, and as Selina answers the door, she says,
Still, I wish it were Batman standing behind this door.
Do you get it? It's funny because he actually is Batman. Anyway, the phone rings and... Ah! Maven's a giant! Kill her!
Oh, calm down. She's normal size. She's just in the foreground and they didn't animate it well. Do you have a fear of giants?
No. Why would I be afraid of giants? It's not like they can just step on you and kill you. Hey, you know what? We should check in on Joker, because I'm starting to worry about him.
Harley, baby, if you put Mr. Smashy away, we can go terrorize some of your favorite places. Won't that be nice?
20, so she goes for it.
Psh, you're on.
What do you say?
Okay, but you better stop being nice to that cat lady, or I'm gonna put Mr. Smashy where the sun don't shine!
Of course, I promise. I didn't say anything about being nice to her, though.
You're a dick. You do know that, right?
It's part of my charm.
Anyway, the call is from Selina's lawyer. It seems that the land she was purchasing for her mountain lion preserve was bought out from under her by a company called Multigon. Bruce arranges a meeting for Selina with the chairman of Multigon, winning him some points with her. The chairman's office has all the trappings of an eccentric supervillain. A musical lock that opens a panel in the floor to reveal a miniature of his plans, animal trophies on all the walls that draw Selina's ire, and a minibar. Stern, the chairman, says they intend to develop a resort on the land.
Golf course, tennis courts, bocce ball.
What? Bocce ball? I think he's confusing a resort with a retirement community.
Selina threatens Stern on her way out before we get the reveal that he's working for Red Claw, who is not a man as everyone assumed, but a skunk-haired lady voiced by Captain Janeway herself, Kate Mulgrew. Red Claw instructs Stern to have someone keep an eye on Selina so that she can't interfere in their plans.
That doesn't sound very ruthless.
Yes, I thought this Red Claw was a killer. Police keep an eye on people. Terrorists bury them in a shallow grave.
Selina asks to cancel her lunch date with Bruce, and he agrees to reschedule for the following day, resulting in...
That'll give me time to take care of some business tonight.
Actually, I plan to work late myself.
Do you get it? It's funny because they're secretly Batman and Catwoman.
Well, you're in a mood.
I know, right? He's been nitpicking every little thing.
That's my job. I am a professional nitpicker.
Oh, well then, pick away.
Batman interrupts a mob meeting, swinging down a rope like it's a pole at a gentleman's club. He picks up the boss and asks him for information about Red Claw, shaking the mobster, which results in...
And until I get him, I'm going to lean extra hard on you and all the other mob bosses.
That might be the worst shot I have ever seen in the history of Batman the Animated Series.
All right, I'll give you that one. It's such a strange choice for the dialogue that's happening.
Right, it should be threatening, but it just looks like Batsy is rocking a puppet back and forth.
And that gangster is wearing shoes with no socks. He should be broken. First his mind, then his money.
That's fair. Batman threatens to become a bigger pain to the mob than he already has been, resulting in the mob boss saying that he'll see what he can find out. We cut to Catwoman breaking into Stern's office. She finds his supervillain safe and starts taking photos of the evidence. What she doesn't notice is the cameras around the room hidden in all the animal trophies.
Those are the ugliest nanny cams I've ever seen.
Elsewhere in the building, Red Claw is briefing Stern and her men on their plans. Apparently, the military is escorting a viral plague that Interpol took from one of Red Claw's eastern labs. The plan is to hit the train coming through Gotham and steal the plague back. The briefing is interrupted when they're notified by a video screen of Catwoman's presence in the building. They go after her, but she escapes into the ventilation system. One thug follows her in, but comes across a bunch of cat-shaped caltrops blocking his way. Or should I say, cat-trops? Cat-trops.
That joke was a catastrophe.
So why do you get to make cat puns and I can't?
Because you're not funny. I mean, you are, but looks aren't everything. Do you get it? Do you get it? Because you're hideous.
Whatever.
Is no one going to question where she was keeping those cat-shaped bits of metal in her skin-tight uniform?
Nope. After all the talk about Fabergé eggs and thermoses over the past couple of episodes, I'm never questioning where these characters keep things on their persons ever again. Catwoman makes it to the roof with her pursuers right behind her. She makes another daring building leap, catching the edge of her target. Red Claw fires an explosive that causes Catwoman to fall. Batman swoops in, saving her, and she immediately plants one on his lips. If you pay close attention, you can see right when he gets his bat erection. The two do a bit of flirting on a nearby rooftop. Batman tries to unmask Catwoman and take her to the police, but she uses his soft spot for the ladies to throw him off the roof and escape.
I'm sorry.
Do you think that would work if I pretended that Batman hurt my feelings?
Doubtful.
Drat!
Selina makes it back to her penthouse and she tells Maven she got evidence to help her cause. The episode then ends in dramatic fashion.
But who is going to save you?
This episode is a great introduction to both Selina Kyle and Catwoman. We get to see how skillful Catwoman is as a thief and when she gets in a scrap, but we also get to see how business savvy and assertive Selina is. Now, it may not have some of the dramatic flair of the other character intros, but it firmly sets up the relationship and dynamic of Batman and Catwoman in a fun way. And sometimes, we need fun instead of drama. What did you think, Bane?
This had everything for me. Thrills, death-defying stunts, bat boners, and cats. So many cats. Small cats, long cats, fat cats, thin cats, black cats, white cats, brown cats. In fact, the only way this could have been any better is if it was the live-action version of the musical Cats. 4 out of 5 McCavities.
I'd like his opinion stricken from the record.
Me too.
Me 3.
Join us next time when we'll be covering The Cat and the Claw, Part 2. And I'll be on my best behavior so as not to take a mallet to the joy buzzers. Till next time, kiddies!
If the plan is just to steal back the viral plague, why does Stern want the preserve land so bad?
Maybe they'll be using the resort as a front for criminal stuff.
Yes, you know how terrorists just love their bocce ball.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified when more Batman the Animated Recap episodes go up. And we've got some other cool shows on the channel, so stick around. You might find something else that you like.